Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and today I have a video for you that should be an interesting video because I did already review the first drink of this line. It's called Beyond Raw Lit Charged. It's a little bit different from their regular pre-workout line, and that first flavor was the snow cone flavor, and I have a spoiler alert, but I'll tell you that spoiler coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And in today's video, we're going over the Beyond Raw Lit Charged, and we're going to be doing the gummy worms. I was definitely a huge fan of the gummy worms in their original line. It actually scored the highest score out of all the Beyond Raw Lit flavors. I really thought they did a great job with all the Beyond Raw Lit drinks. If you want to check out my original review, it looks something like that. I'll actually include that at the end of this video too, make it easier on you. You don't got to go anywhere right now. But I did want to talk about that spoiler for a second, so I wanted to say spoiler alert in case you didn't see my first video, which looks something like that. You can go check that one out now if you want to, or you can fast forward like 30 or 40 seconds for the spoiler alert to tell you about the snow cone flavor. So here we go. I actually got the can right up there between Chucky and Jason because that's where it belongs. Let me grab it. So this was the one I just reviewed last week, the Charged Snow Cone, and this one, the original Beyond Raw Lit Snow Cone. Now, one of the first things I can say was that I was extremely happy with the changeover, the design, extremely dramatic change. And I think that this can, they were using the background from their original like pre-workout powders and other supplements that they had. So for consistency, they brought that design into here. I really don't think it works as an energy drink. So I am glad that they switched over to something completely different, something a little more eye-catching, a little more colorful. But I'd have to say that's probably the only thing I thought was an improvement on here, because the flavor was dramatically different. When it came to the Beyond Raw Lit Snow Cone, I think it was my third top rated Beyond Raw Lit flavor, and it was somewhere around like the 9.2, 9.3 range. I thought it was amazing. But when it came to this got a much worse score, and one of the lowest on the snow cone or blue raspberry chart because it didn't even taste like snow cone. And the problem was it was way too sickly sweet and way too sour, didn't taste like snow cone, and I couldn't quite comprehend it. I was confused when I drank it. It did some weird effect on me. I don't understand why they switched over the flavor so much. Such an amazing flavor, and then they switched it over to this, and I don't know if it's because they called it charged, they wanted to boost everything up, but they boosted everything up way too high. And the only thing I can think of is that because this had pre-workout ingredients, they took out some of those ingredients, they added some nootropic ingredients, and maybe that changed the flavor a little bit, so maybe they boosted everything else up, but it just seems way too dramatic. Other companies that have brought one flavor of one line into another line, they're usually really close, and these were really far apart. So now we have the gummy worm flavor, and I can't help but be concerned because of what they did with snow cone. Are they gonna mess up gummy worms? We can only hope for the best. All that being said, since I went over all the information in those other two videos that I'm gonna put at the end of this video to make it easy for you to check out, we only got one thing left to do in this video, and that's go ahead, let's taste it out. Just gonna go ahead and grab it from my Caffeine Man fridge. And if you guys are looking to save money on energy drinks, definitely check out caffeineman1.com. That is my website where I have all the affiliate links that you need to save money on energy drinks. So you just click on the link, it'll take you to the website, and it'll automatically add the discount when you go to checkout. You can also sign up for my newsletter there that goes out once a week. No junk mail, not yet at least. Going over what I went over last week in case you missed anything, and what will be coming up this week or next week. I never know the proper terminology. All at caffeineman1.com. And here's the can. And it's a nice can. It's super bright in that green color. My goodness. They're going for charge. They're giving you a bright green on there. Well, let's taste it out. Had to go a little slower and drizzle it in because it is such a small cup. I've been considering going to some bigger cups just to get you guys a nice big longer pour. then I get worried I'm going to drink too much of this green colored energy drink. It doesn't work as well. Because at 250 milligrams, that's a lot in there. That's probably like 100 or 125. And if I drink the whole thing, I still got other videos to record today. But that green color is being brought to you by blue number 1 and yellow number 3. They got no problems using their artificial colors. Let's taste it out. Alrighty guys, I am still present in this world. I didn't go to the dream world, so we're in decent shape here. Let's talk about the carbonation. I believe with the first one, I got a medium carbonation out of it. This one, I'm getting like a medium to high carbonation, which is odd. Most of the lines usually stay with the same carbonations. I would say for your sweetness that you are getting a high amount of sweetness, but I don't think it is sickly sweet like the snow cone was. It's getting kind of close, but it is still a high sweetness, but a good sweetness. And for your sour, we're going to take a look at the sour chart as well. And I do think that you are getting a high amount of sour as well. So they are giving you a high sweet, high sour energy drink, but it's definitely not a sickly sour like the snow cone was. I think they're doing a nice balance of strong sweetness, strong sour, strong flavor profile. Flavor profile is also going to be high. So they did go high with everything, but it's really working well for the gummy worm flavor. For that gummy worm, you are getting a high lime flavor. If you're a fan of lime, you're definitely getting that lime flavor. And it's not a extremely potent, soury, puckery kind of lime. It is much more of a candied lime. So if you know the difference between those kinds of things, sometimes you can get a much more natural lime. This is going much more candied lime, and that's because it is gummy worm, and you are getting a touch of that gummy worm flavor in there as well. Gonna go back in to see what else I can say about the flavor profile. I would still say that everything is a touch too strong. I've had things that hit 9 for carbonation, flavor profile, sweetness, and I've gotten in the high 9s for their scores. And we're talking your Ghost Sour Patch Kids, we're talking your C4, Sour Bash Brothers, and lots of other drinks that were high sweetness and sour, and they got a really high score. But I think for some reason that they went too high, and there is something a touch off, and maybe it's some of the ingredients in there that's giving it a touch of a different flavor that's not making it as good as those other drinks. But this is still a good drink, so when we go ahead and we take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart, man, what am I going to give this? You know what? They did a good job with their lit line, and these charged drinks, they're not as good. But this one is pretty close. I'm actually going to give this an 8.9. And the only reason it's not really hitting that 9 category, even though I rank everything high, is because I think it's too high. And maybe they just didn't give you enough flavor. And trust me, they're giving you a lot of flavor. But I really think they either need to dial down on the sweetness and sour just a touch, or whatever company they're using for their sucralose. It tastes a little bit different. Maybe that artificial sour that they're putting in there is a little bit cheaper maybe. I don't know, trying to save money. Or maybe they need to even add some Ace K. I don't think it has Ace K in it. Yeah, a lot of companies use sucralose and Ace K. Some of them also add inositol. But there's definitely something just a little bit off on these charged drinks. But still, the gummy worm flavor is an 8.9 in the Caffeine Man rating chart. Happy it didn't have the same effect on me as the snow cone did. If you want to find out about the Beyond Raw Lit, I did review about 7 of their drinks. You can check out that video right there. I do have additional videos on some of the newer flavors they came out with as well. If you want to check out that snow cone flavor I've been complaining about, you can check out that video right there. Definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.